Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of On the Range podcast with Hogg Tactical and Kelley Defense. I am Mark Kelley, and we are in 2023, and I'm joined, as always, with my co-host and friend, Rick Hogg from Hogg Tactical. How's it going there, buddy?
Man, Mark, it is going great. Happy New Year to everyone out there. 2023, make it the year that you absolutely crush it. But here's the deal. I'm going to kind of jump into it real quick and then do some quick housekeeping.
Yeah.
You don't need a day on the calendar, to get these New Year's resolutions going, man. You should have, if you wanted to change something, address something, that should have been done the other day when you're thinking about it, not some arbitrarily date on the calendar. But we'll get deeper into that here. Little teaser for what we got going on for this episode. But anyway, 2023, thank you guys for giving us your most precious commodity, your time to tune in to On the Range podcast. Don't forget, swing by warhog.com, kelleydefense.com. Sign up for those newsletters. By the way, if you are on the Warhog newsletter, you might want to check your junk mail because one went out today. And shockingly, my own email was in my junk. So not quite sure how that goes on. Google, not sure what you're doing, but quit screwing with the emails. Since you're out there surfing the interwebs, do us another huge favor. Swing by patreon.com/on the range podcast. Link up with some like-minded individuals who's looking to be 1% better every single day. Bi-monthly Zoom calls with me and Mark. What have we got? 60 plus videos on there now, Mark?
We do.
Training videos.
Loaded up another one today, as a matter of fact. Yep.
Yeah. So we got over 60 training videos exclusive to our patrons. We've also got a law enforcement exclusive Patreon site on there as well for our boys and girls there in blue. So appreciate what you guys are doing out there. Thankless job. So just want to kind of give back to them. Don't forget, you guys can check us out on Vimeo, also on Roku, Amazon, all that other good stuff. When you're out checking out the podcast, guys, do us one last favor. I know I'm asking a lot, but really, hit that subscribe button. Leave us that rating review because that's the way we're going to beat this algorithm, right? We already know that Google's messing with stuff. We know all these people mess with all their AI crap. You can see it with socials. You can see it with, my own email going to my junk. So just do us that favor so that hopefully it gives us a little better reach. And people kind of know, hey, here's On the Range podcast. Last thing, the Firearms Training Notebook, hashtag TFT Notebook. Do me a huge favor, guys. If you purchased a book, swing by Amazon. Again, leave us that review. That's what's going to help us kind of bump our numbers up there so that we're close to the top so people can actually see that. Give us your feedback on it. And for all of you that have purchased one, thank you for your support. And but I think that's all our housekeeping. I think pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad on the housekeeping side. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the things we have going on, but wherever you are, guys and gals, thank you for making this part of your day. I tell you what, I want to just talk, a little bit before we get into the other stuff about the New Year's resolution and stuff. I want to talk about what was some things that I really thought that 2022 was really great for us and for me. You know what I mean? It's just like, the birth of my grandson. The family's all doing good. That was huge for us, man. I know you had the same thing, and your second grandchild, which is great. Congratulations on that to the Hogg family house, and then the firearms training notebook. Man, huge, couple of huge things, and it just allows us to reach more and more people and get out something that we think is very important, and it's starting to really catch on. And we're going to talk about it a little bit here in a second, but the video that you did with Pantio, home run. We'll talk about that. But yeah, man, there's a couple of great things that happened to the OTR universe for both the Kelley household and the Hogg household. So we're really happy about that. And we're starting to see a little bit of growth, and we just can't do any of this without you guys and all the support that you give us. So we're very thankful for 2022 and all the support that they have given us. And I know we talk about it all the time, Rick.
No, absolutely, Mark, right? This whole thing, it's people driven, right? So whether you want to call it family, tribe, team, whatever word you want, I don't care, right? But that's what it is. So we get the support from those that are willing to tune in, those that are willing to listen, again, those thumbs up emojis, whatever it takes to help make, whether it's on the range podcast, whether it's the Firearms Training Notebook, whether it's our YouTube channels, socials, all that stuff, that's all possible because of basically those that support us. And for that, super grateful and thank you. So again, one of the most powerful things I think that we've ever had happen, at least for me, was when Jack Carr was on and he was talking about time, how it's people's most precious commodity, and he wants to provide that, give the best product that he can. And man, that hit, it resonated. So that's the whole purpose of the things we're doing. We want to make sure the time you're giving us is value. It's value added to your life. So again, when we sit there and go 1% better every single day, we're just not blowing smoke. I mean, we're doing it, we're living it, and hopefully you guys are as well. So, yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we're several
congratulations there.
hundred shows. Oh yeah.
Congratulations,
Thanks.
Grandpa.
Thanks,
Sorry, man.
Papa. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, Grandpa at 29 is kind of weird, but it's not
Yeah,
bad. Yeah. Yeah, man. Super, super stoked about all that stuff. A lot of good things happening and a lot to be thankful for. So, and we're super excited
Mhm,
about 2023. And let's kind of get into that. We're kind of kicking off this great idea that you had for the Project Officer Survival. Most of our outreach via training has been for law enforcement. And this is
mhm,
just going to be another way that we can kind of keep that ball rolling, get more of those events. Not just we can't be more thankful to the folks that have helped us, like Hoyce and Killcliff and
mhm,
Aimpoint and Oakley and all those guys for providing the stuff for the gifts and the prizes that you win at our events. But it's going to give us an opportunity to continue doing those events, more of them, at little to no cost for the law enforcement officers. So huge
mhm,
fans of all of our first responders, but we can do a lot with our skill set to help out the LEOs. And we're really excited about this. So we're going to segue into our first topic, which is the webinar coming up. Had some more people
mhm,
sign up today. Great job. They went to warhog.com. You can go to both websites,
mhm.
kellydefense.com or warhog.com. So let's talk about that a little bit. And that's coming up January 10th at
Yep.
7 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. So it's an international group.
Yeah,
It's an international group that does our
yeah,
stuff. So looking forward to that.
yeah, 100%. And really, what we're trying to do, and I think we've seen across the board, there's just a lack of knowledge when it comes to training within the law enforcement community. And nothing against those guys, right? They're trying to do the best with what they have. But again, we just want to give some ideas to these guys to go, hey man, if you are a firearms instructor, or even if you're just a regular civilian shooter, right? You don't have to be, don't think or don't get fooled by the title, Project Officer Survival. It's just geared for law enforcement, right? It's geared for anybody that's doing any type of training. I don't care if you're military, civilian, law enforcement, whatever. How do we approach training, right? So when we look at the Firearms Training Notebook, that's a key, because that gives you something tangible in your hand that you can sit there and actually annotate some data. Now we can start formulating a plan. And with that, it's kind of going, hey, what's my plan when I go to the range? Because let's be an honest broker, just ask yourself this question. Do you just show up with a box of bullets and go, hey man, what am I doing? Let me go shoot some stuff. Nope. You should have a plan, exactly what you're looking to execute, whether it's your live fire or dry fire. So we're gonna dig deeper, or do a deeper dive into that one. 2 hours of just addressing how we look at training, how we break it all down, whether it's for individual, group, however you want to look at it. And then here's the beauty, man. We're gonna open up some Q&A. So we're gonna, if you guys got questions along the way, hey man, throw them out there. Let's address them. Let's make sure that you're not walking away from that webinar going, hey, I should have asked this or that. No, man. So yeah, super excited about that. And there'll be more to follow on that. So, um, minimal fee just to keep the lights on, basically.
Right.
Trust me, we're not making any money on that one, but we
No.
feel it's important. We feel it's very important just to make sure that, hey, you guys just kind of have our philosophies, how we're doing training. So,
Yeah. And a lot of times, some of these instructors, they have such a huge task put in front of them. They're trying to get the
mhm,
best stuff they can get out there, and they might be forgetting one or two ways that they should be approaching it. And that's where I think
mhm,
we can make the most impact, because They all have test day. You all have those things. It's those
Yep.
other times that we got to make the most of it. And I think we got some ideas that
Absolutely.
have worked for us. And, I
Hmm.
think it's going to be great. So swinging back
Yeah.
towards the firearms training notebook. And I think, we're not really beating a dead horse because this thing is picking up steam. And the video that Panteo Productions did with you doing a deep dive into an overview of it, I think is the first
Hmm.
time that many people have actually seen exactly what it is who haven't already purchased it. And
Yeah.
I didn't really get a chance to talk to you before you did it because it was kind of like one of those things. Hey, can we do this? And then Fernando, jumped into it. But what was your thought process
Hmm.
going into it? And what were the key points that you wanted to hit so these guys know what we're talking about?
So here's the thing. We shot an instructional carbine video in turn with it, right? So it's how do we do a standalone video that covers it? Now, I believe, and don't quote me on the times, Fernando's got those, but I believe when I talked to him for the video portion, that was about 30 minutes, right? So now it's like, hey, do I want to regurgitate the same thing or just trim it down to a shorter fashion? But the key part was just kind of lay out, hey, man, here's how I'm using the book. Here's some ways that you can incorporate it in there. Here's how I'm pulling my data. The only thing I don't think I did was really lay out um, a solid dry fire strategy. I might have addressed it, but I don't think I actually annotated it in the book to kind of show you, hey, what would it look like? Because you saw some of my live fire stuff, and all that stuff was just pulled from the actual range. Because literally took a brand new book and we started shooting, right out the get go. Warhawk self eval, bam. All right, let's see what the score is.
Yeah.
Um, and then as something that we've never done before with our instructional videos is actually pull data from it. So, Warhawk self eval, go into low ready, single shot, boom. Okay, let's pull some times. Now I got it. Sitting there shooting on 3-inch dots. Are they going to be as quick as shooting on, an F6 style target? Nope. That's okay because that's my tangible, right? So I'm going to stay on the dots or whatever it is. But as long as you've got the same target every time, now we can sit there and go, all right, what am I doing? What am I looking at for a time? So um, definitely going to circle back and probably do a handgun one as well. I mean, I know we did a concealed carry one, but we'll probably go and redo a handgun specific. And again, it will be using the firearms training notebook to go, hey man, here's how I'm doing it. So it was just a great timing that, hey, we already had the book done. We were shooting an instructional video, and let's plug in with the video how to get it all done. And then, oh, by the way, let's do about a 15-minute product video, kind of deep dive into this thing and just tell you, hey, here's what we're doing. Here's how we're doing things. And my way of skinning the cat with that book. So, yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, if you want to see that product video that Rick did, it's out there. If you go to patreon.com/on
Yep.
the range podcast, that video is open to the public. It's pinned to the front page.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first thing you're going to see. You're going to see Rick's face with the book. It's awesome. It's a well done. And one thing, man, they made you look great, man. Even better than you already look.
Oh, yeah.
He did a fantastic
Yeah.
job, and you did great, man. I tell you what, I know you didn't specifically talk about the dry fire in there, but what you did do is you made it a point that, hey, this is something that you can totally personalize and curtail what you want to do or
Mm-hmm.
what you need to work on. So I think folks
Yep.
will jump in on that, but we can always touch on that because there's several dry fire videos that you and I both did that are also available
Mm-hmm.
on the Patreon page, and all those things you can
Yeah.
take and put in your notebook. So super
Yep.
excited about, like we've always thought, we got to get out there and we got to touch more people with this, with some of the things we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about, because the notebook was really one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
Nobody was
No,
doing it,
absolutely.
and they're
No,
just still not for the most part.
no. And here's the thing, right? It's, man, I keep going to this 1% better every single day because I think it's so important. Um, Inside the notebook, there's QR codes. Well, where did we come up with this crazy idea for QR codes? Man, we had Eddie Gallagher on the show. He was talking about he put QR codes in his book that brought you to
Yep.
certain things. And it's like, dude, ingenious. So
Hmm.
the whole concept, and again, I'm not a super tech guy because I think it's all manipulated and worked, right? But let's use it to our advantage. So we got some QR codes in there, whether it's taking you to the websites,
Absolutely.
whether it's taking
Yeah.
you to the Patreon page, whether it's taking you to, hey, you forget how to shoot the Warhog self eval or you don't want to read it. Cool. Scan the QR code, boom, shows you right there. You want to shoot some different drills? There's a drill section. I mean, all that stuff we stuck in there and just trying to enhance that technology. So it's how do you make yourself 1% better? Hey, it could be somebody like Eddie, for example. Boom. Hey man, I stuck QR codes in my book. Roger that, bud. Yeah, that's the way of the
Yeah.
future. So yeah.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about those kind of things is when we start to have better productions or better videos or just things that we want to push in there as well, we can always change those up. So the next time you get your
Hmm.
second or third book, they may be different or there may be other things in there. And you can change your goals because you line through them. It's something that you can just keep going, and it can evolve to where you're at and what you want to do. And it's great. The big thing that at first I was like, I don't think people are going to use those pages in the back for their own drills. Man, was I wrong. Man, was I
Hmm.
wrong. Our Patreon guys, they're doing all kinds of different stuff, and they're using them in the back of there. They shoot us the videos,
Yep.
and they say, "Hey, man, what do you think about this, dude? It's freaking awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Look at all the data you can get from it. It's just great.
Hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely love it."
No,
So again, guys, go ahead, buddy.
no. I'll let you finish. Then I'll jump in.
No, I was going to go into the webinar again just to where they could go to it, but go ahead and finish up so we can
Oh
move
no,
on.
hit the webinar and then I'll circle back to something else.
Yeah, what we were just going to I was going to say is, guys and gals, go to that webinar. Like Rick said, it's Project Officer Survival because it's going to benefit that project. But all the webinars
Hmm.
and all the training is going to be for everybody. Whether you're doing a personalized program for yourself, for a loved one or someone else, or you're designing a whole agency's program. This is going to help you. We're going to have a big discussion at it. Like Rick said, there's going to be some Q&A in there, and we're going to hit our points. And if someone has something that they want to add to it and they think it's better, we'll discuss it. We'll ask them why, and we'll go through it. It's going to
Sure.
be a great exchange of information. It's going to be awesome.
Hmm.
It's January 10th. The block of instructions between 7 and 9. We don't know how long it's going to last, but we think it's going to take up most of that time. But it starts at
Hmm.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go to the websites, warhog.com, kelleydefense.com, and check it out. So go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry about that. I just want to get that out there.
No, yeah, and spot on for you, Mark. But here's the thing: you hit on goals, right? And I want to do a slight pivot because, especially here it is, 2023, right? And everyone always talks about these New Year's resolutions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. But do you actually write them down? Why do we have a goals section in the book? Because I want you to physically put pen to paper, not just sit there and go, "Hey, I'm looking to do X," right? And we'll just kind of use the whole New Year's resolution thing. Hey, it's easy to sit there and go, "Man, I want to lose 20 pounds," but I never write it down. And then I just lose 2 and I go, I did all right. No, hold yourself accountable, right? That's the whole purpose of writing this thing down. So kind of going back and forth whether you got the firearms training notebook or just your personalized notebook, right? You want to write these goals down for the year. I don't care whether it's for, you personally, physically, financially, spiritually, whatever, it doesn't matter. Write them down because that way you can go back and hopefully when you write down your goal, and it's no different with the firearms training notebook. If you sit there and go, hey, I'm looking to get a 2-second draw from a triple retention holster. Okay, cool. How are you going to do it? Have your plan. So just don't put the goal down there. Have your plan to execute. Hey, I'm going to dry fire this drill 2 days a week for at least 5 minutes for the next 30 days, whatever it is, right? Have some way that you can track or plan how you're going to execute your goals. Because too many times it, we need some arbitrary date, right? Like I can't stand New Year's resolutions. Why are you waiting to the new year? Were you thinking about it last year? Were you thinking about it last summer? When this thing pop in your head, man, if it pops in your head today, execute today. And it's just one thing I see people do. They wait for this arbitrary date. Or sometimes you see even better, right? Man, I don't want to start on the first. We'll roll it to the 10th. Why? Because I'm probably all liquored up today and I can't get out of bed. And dude, did you go work out today? If not, why? Pff, get out there and get after it. So, my point being is whatever your goals are for this year, they're your goals, right? I don't really care what they are. Write them down. Have a place that you can look at them, that you can reflect and go, all right, how am I going to execute? Now I got it. You might just sit there and kind of start brainstorming and go, hey, I'm looking to do this and I want to lose some weight and stick some money in the bank and spend more time with my freaking wife and kids and all this other stuff. Cool. I don't care if you just start there, but you got to deep dive. How are we going to do it? If you want to spend more time with your wife, hey, man, every Friday night, we're making it date night. Maybe we go get some wings. I don't know. Or swing by
Oh yeah.
Skyline Chili. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
But
Oh yeah.
just have a plan. Have a plan. And don't, if you're thinking about it today, do it today. Now, doesn't mean, hey, man, you think about something tomorrow and you can't add it to your book, by all means. But don't have some fake bogus calendar that I've got to start. Well, I'm going to start 2 weeks from now because that's better time. Nope. Start today. Start what you're looking to
Mm-mm.
do today.
Yeah.
Um, and really the beauty is, some people will go, well, you start the year with a fresh slate. I look at it this way. Every morning I wake up, take that breath in my lungs. I said, I got me a fresh slate. I don't need to wait till next year. I got one today.
Mm.
So execute today. And then what are you doing today? Did you sit there and piss the day away because you're sitting there on the box all day, sitting there scrolling on the old interwebs? Or are you actually being something productive? Just think about that. Um,
Yeah.
if I didn't have to, I wouldn't have social, right? But unfortunately, it's my marketing tool. So it's like in the Hog House, we don't refer to it as social because mom will be like, "What are you doing?" Marketing, right? Because that's what I'm doing, right? I'm
Yeah.
marketing, man. We're getting more Hog
Yeah.
Tactical out there. Or you're getting the newsletter ready, that you're going to launch out to all the people that signed up for it. Let them know, hey, man, the 2023 calendar, at least up till June, is populated. Make sure you check your junk mail because, like I said, mine went to the junk mail. So if my own email went to junk, guys, just here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you and then I've said this before, but I would check your junk mail daily because I've had junk mail from Mark, and we email stuff all the time. It's like
Constantly.
I don't
Yeah.
get it. Yeah, so somewhere in there, and we all know um, through the old Twitter files and everything else, and things that are coming out that big tech is not your buddy. So
No.
all this stuff you think is for
No.
free and everything else, nothing's for free, right? Bottom line,
No.
Google sells your info.
Yeah.
They got, I think they made $150 million, or was it 150 million, 150 billion? I don't know. They made stupid money selling people's info last year, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what these savages do. And they'll send your own junk or your own email to the junk box. So don't get frustrated.
Yeah.
If you didn't get the email, check the junk, and more than likely it's in there. So,
Yeah.
but no, I
But you're
mean,
right about the goals. You're right about the goals, and that's the reason why it's right there in the front of the book, because we've talked
yeah,
about it before. The more that you commit and you write things down, just writing them down,
hmm
it gives you like 80% chance of attaining a goal if you're committed. Now, obviously, they got to be reasonable goals. However, just writing it down, the simple act of writing them down gives you like an 80% better chance of accomplishing them. That alone. So we knew we had
yeah,
to have that in there. And plus
yeah,
it's that feeling of, man, yeah, strike the line in that. I'm going to my next one. Unbelievable.
hmm
Like with the book, strike that line. Now,
yeah,
how we make it better? How do we get 1% better? I'm constantly
yeah,
tweaking the stuff, the product that we push out of here, even audio and video, the training videos. How can we market better? We're constantly thinking about that stuff. And it's not a burden.
hmm
It's just whether or not you are chasing the best version of what you're doing or not. It's really all it boils down to.
yeah. That, and it's like we talked to our LEOs, Mark, right? It, and again, I don't want to smash these guys, but I just want to use them as my example. Majority don't dry fire. And again, do we sit there and go, well, you need to dry fire every day? Nope. I'm a realist, right? I'm like, hey, man. And I say me, but it's actually give you, the individual officer, especially because it goes back to your family for better survivability. But just if you can dry fire 3 days a week, 5 minutes a day. So a total of 15 minutes, right? And you got to go, oh, Rick, where am I going to get 15 minutes? Dude, I guarantee if I look at your screen time calculator there, you got 15 minutes, right? Because I guarantee you're burning on some freaking, social platform or some stupid game or some other thing that's just wasting your time, right? And if you go, nope, that's not me. I don't waste a second of my time. I go, okay, you're probably like the only person I know, right? But for the most part, even if you were to put that in your firearms training notebook, or even if you put that for your New Year's goal, hey man, I want to dry fire 3 days a week, 5 minutes a day. I'm gonna say, cool, you've got that goal down. Now, if you're a calendar type guy, this is what this would be my next step to it. Okay, cool. I know that, hey, 6:30 at night to 7:30, let's say, is my clean window of time, right? I'm not worried about kids. I'm not worried about mama. We're already done dinner, whatever. Somewhere in that time, I can block, boom, hey, at 7 o'clock. So I'll dry fire from 7 to 7:05, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Boom. Now we're getting that much closer to our goals, right? So, yes, we physically written them down. Now we got some type of executable plan. Now, what I would say is, hey, I got them magic black boxes sit there, give that little freaking boop. Hey, 30 minutes beforehand. Hey, dummy, don't forget, dry fire session coming up. Roger that. And that's just one piece. So if I'm doing my dry fire, cool. What about your physical component? You sitting there taking care of that? Because if you sit there and go, hey man, I'm looking to lose weight, but you got no PT program or no physical exercise in there, I say, shame on you for that one. And then I'm gonna go, hey, what's your diet gonna be? What? What do you mean my diet? Well, yeah, you better start figuring out what your meal plan is, right? I mean, you can see how this thing goes on and on. So
Yeah.
if I just put I want to lose 20 pounds, but don't have no PT plan, don't have no meal plan, I don't. I just got some words written on a piece of paper. So you got to get that executable portion of your goal, how you're going to do it. Um, and once you start doing it, shockingly, they become these habits. And you're going to
Yeah.
find that you're going to go, man, I got to get to the gym. I got to go dry fire. Ooh, I got to try out this
Hmm.
new widget, gidget, whatever. And yeah, man, you sit there and go, hey, maybe it worked out. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm whatever. But you will see drastic improvement. I guarantee it 100%. So you just got to
Yeah.
sit there and execute it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So yeah, great points, buddy. Now that we're in the 2023, that means the 2023 counters. We've been harping on this,
Mhm.
guys and gals. You better get in and you better get on those websites and get in those classes because they are filling up. I think we're getting really close to filling up the March classes that are open enrollment in Ohio.
Mhm.
I know that you got some classes. I want you to highlight those, and then I'll highlight the two that I have coming up. One is only available to some alumnus from my high
Mhm.
school, but we'll talk about that. And then we have an open enrollment
Nice.
coming up just past that. But go ahead and talk about I know you got two coming up here pretty quick, and then you got another couple where you're going to be two
Yeah.
locations in the same area.
Yeah. So, January 28th, 29th. So on the 28th, which is a Saturday, Maxton, North Carolina, which is just a little bit outside of Fayetteville, Fort Bragg area. We're going to have a low light pistol. So think start time for that one's going to be like 11 o'clock. So, not a super
Nice.
early yeah, not a super early show, but again, the sun comes down at 5:30, so we should be, whipping out the lights pretty shortly thereafter. And then on the 29th, we're going to do a combat carbine at the same location. Still got some spots open for that one. Um, then we're rolling to March 25, 26 up at Mad Duck, so that'll be a collab with Kelley Defense. We've got um 1 day pistol, 1 day carbine, and again,
Yeah,
that's
man.
about chock full. So if you're looking to get into that
Yep.
one, you better jump on it sooner rather than later. Then we're transitioning up to April. We got get my dates right. I think it's 14, 15, Thursday, Friday. up in Randolph, which is a LEO mill only um, patrol officer room clearing. So had a request for some guys up there looking to improve their room clearing skills. So that'll be all Sims driven, Sims, UTM, airsoft, whatever you want to look at, just for the facility we're using up there. And then we'll transition over to a little further south in New Jersey that weekend for a 1-day pistol and 1-day carbine course. And that'll be with Paul Costa from Broken Arrow Defense. So Paul is also a
Oh,
law
good.
enforcement
Yeah.
officer. So yeah, so Paul will be with me on the room clearing stuff there, and then since he's got the connections up there in New Jersey, he's just going to roll with me that weekend as well. So it's funny how you
Nice.
got March and April all collabs.
Mm.
Then we transition to May 2021, Trigger Time, Carthage, North Carolina, 2-day combo course. That'll be combo carbine and pistol. And then June 10th and 11th, we're in Nashville, Tennessee at Royal Range, USA.
Music
If you guys
City.
haven't, yeah, buddy. If you guys haven't been to Royal Range, you guys got to go check it out. If you're in the Nashville area, get out there, check out Royal Range. Super cool place what they've done to that old movie theater. So top notch facility. So super excited about that. And then obviously we've got a bunch of LEO training that's close to those departments sprinkled throughout there. So kind of hold the calendar up at the June point. Still waiting on a couple more places to coordinate some other dates and other things for the rest of the year. But yeah, so here's the bottom line. You guys asked, we delivered. Ken was like, hey man, when are you gonna do some open enrollment? Hey man, when are you gonna do some open enrollment? Yeah.
I know,
So
man.
there,
We apologize. It was a rough fall last year, man. It was
yeah.
crazy. It was
And
crazy.
we had stuff going on, kind of LEO
Yeah.
focused. But yeah, so try to at least do an open enrollment a month to give
Yep.
guys an opportunity. So there you have it. And then always open if you guys are looking for, private training, got a group of guys or whatever, reach out. As long as you guys got the range, we can have a conversation, facilitate, sidebar training stuff for lack of better terms. So
Yeah.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got the collab stuff coming up in March. And like I said, Kelley Fence is going to be back in Ohio in April. And then after that, I fully anticipate that the project officer survival with the in-person stuff will start to begin. So guys and gals, we keep saying it's going to happen. One of these days, we're just going to come on one of these shows. We're going to say, look, we're booked until another event comes up. We're booked. So
Mm-hmm.
reach out to us, start getting your slot secured, and book your stuff. Just go ahead and do it. Just makes more sense than miss out, especially if we're going to be close. We're going to be in the Midwest, back and forth, from the Southeast and the Midwest, pretty regularly through this
Mm-hmm.
spring. So there's no reason why you
Yeah.
can't catch us at one of those spots. And there's going to be more places that's going to be open enrollment.
Yeah.
So keep your ears open. And the best way to do that is to go to the websites and sign up for the
Sign up
email
for the
list.
newsletters, man. Yeah. Because
Yeah,
those are
man.
the ones, I try to put out all that information to those in the email list first, right? Because yes, social is great. Don't get me wrong, but every single post I put on there, hey man, go to the website, sign up for the newsletter. If you guys take that extra time to go sign for the newsletter, you're going to be the first to know. So let's just reward those guys there. Let the newsletter recipients, hey man, kind of be the first to know and go from there. But one other thing on that, Mark, if you are a law enforcement agency looking for training,
Mm-hmm.
you better reach out sooner rather than later because the
I
calendar's
know.
just the calendar's just getting full,
Yep.
and it might be where you sit there and go, hey, I'm looking at this window. Sorry, bud. We had one agency reach out, and the thing is, if you reach out, I just can't hold, hey man, we want to do something in May. Great. Cool. Well, the week you might want, hey man, May's getting
Yeah.
chopped up to nothing. It's going to be one of
Yeah.
these. Hey, you got either this date or this date, if even anything.
Yeah.
Right. So I just
And
use that as an
another
example.
thing, there's a couple of those law enforcement agencies that are, in the Midwest. They know exactly when we're doing it. And as soon as something pops up, they're like, yeah, man, give me two. And they're
Yeah.
doing it. And I'm telling you guys, they're on top of it. They're paying attention when we're going to be around, and they're going to take up
Mm-hmm.
slots right off the top. So You just got to get on those newsletters and those email lists so you know when we're coming around and when our open enrollments are, LE only stuff. And then you don't want to have to hope that you're going to get a spot at one of these outreach events. They're just so far and few between. And a lot of them are going to just go away, guys and gals. So
Yeah.
anyway, man,
Yeah, buddy.
that's a great thing and a bad thing at the same time, because we don't want to turn anybody away. But
No.
at some point we get to the point where we just don't have the space. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the
So,
day, range capacity is range capacity. And unfortunately,
right.
most LEO ranges, they're not super robust as far as how many shooters you can get in there. So you figure, hey, 8 to 12, usually about an average. You know, on occasion you might find
Yeah.
that rare entity that's got, maybe 16, 20. I think the best one I've had, 25.
Wow.
But that's a rarity,
That's
man.
rare.
It's
Yeah.
not
Hmm.
rare. Yep. So,
Yeah. Anyway, Rick, super excited about 2023. 2022 was great with
mhm.
the great changes of the Kelley household and the Hogg household, and then the book and everything. It just been awesome. And I know it
Yeah.
wasn't the greatest for some people. It's okay. Those things are temporary. It's going to get better. Keep working hard. 1% better every
Mhm.
day, and it's going to be a
Yeah,
good year
bud.
this year. We're excited. We're going to see a lot of you guys. So make sure you go to the websites, kellydefense.com, warhog.com. Make sure you check out the
Mhm.
industry partners. Industry partner page is awesome. A lot of great companies. Save yourself a boatload of cash, like Hoist. We always like to give a shout
Mhm.
out to them. They help us with our outreach and
Bam.
law enforcement. Oh, bam.
Yeah,
Which one
man.
is that? I got the
That's
strawberry
watermelon.
lemonade here. Oh, yes.
Watermelon.
Yeah.
Scrum delicious.
Great product too, man. Got up the other
Dude,
day, had a headache, sucked down one of these things. Boom. Forget
it's
about it.
like a miracle. It's like a miracle elixir, right? And the thing
Snake
is,
oil. It's modern day snake oil.
y you'd love to say, well, but the snake oil, right? Back in the day, the way I understood it, snake oil maybe worked, maybe didn't, right? Maybe it did everything.
This
But
works.
when it comes to hoist, I am telling you, and when they sit there and say IV level hydration, or sometimes it's level 4 hydration, it they're not
Oh,
joking, man.
yeah. No.
Whatever they did for their magical formula, right? That stuff works. Because like you said, you got up the other
Yeah.
morning, got a headache. Yeah, man, all dehydrated. Dude, I've been out on the range. Man, I've drank so much water and haven't used the bathroom all day going, man, I'm so dehydrated. Just can't get enough in. You suck down a hoist at the end of the day, and it's like,
Hmm.
bam. I mean, that stuff,
Yeah.
it works,
We're not
man. So
making
I
that
am a
up,
firm
folks.
believer.
Yeah.
No, no, that is 100% fact
Yep.
right there. So yeah, make sure you guys go check out a hoist,
Yeah.
man. Great product.
Yeah. Make sure you check out the Patreon page. Go to
Hmm.
patreon.com/on the range podcast. Sign up for one of our tiers. LEO guys and gals. There's a special law enforcement tier. It's an all access uh, membership at a great price,
Hmm.
reduced price. And there's also,
Yep.
we're going to start populating that with law enforcement only content. So make sure you check that out. And also make sure you go back if you purchased one of our the firearms training notebook. Make sure you go back and give us a 5-star review. Let us know about that. Amazon loves it. It's going to be on the front. We're getting pretty good push. You type in Rick's name, you
Yeah.
type in my name, boom, there's the firearms training notebook. So, but go there,
Yep.
give us a review and help us out. Make sure you share and like all these audio and video shows. I think that's
Hmm.
about it, Rick. I mean, we've done pretty good on the housekeeping, but I'm super
Yeah,
excited about
man.
2023.
Dude,
Big time.
yeah, I'm super fired up. I mean, some big stuff will be coming out. And again, we're gonna try to let those on the email list know first. Obviously, the patrons, they always get the first go around because we love those guys, man, right? It's like, hey,
Yeah.
uh,
What a great bunch, man. Great
yeah,
bunch.
super crew, but at the end of the day, Mark, here's the bottom line. I just kind of say this in closing. You don't need a date. Start today. Every day's a fresh day, every day's a clean day.
Yep.
Maximize it. Don't look back and
Yep.
go, woe is me. Learn from your mistakes. If you've fallen down, dust yourself off, get up and go, all right, how am I going to sit there? And here's it, guys. 1% better, right? I'm not asking you for 10, 20, 100%, just 1% better. You can handle 1% better every single day. And if you do that,
Absolutely.
man, you're gonna turn around. And I would tell you this, take a look back because like me and the wife today, we just reflected back on 2022. Hey man, what's the biggest takeaway? What'd you learn? You know, what can you improve from? Do you need to wait to the end of the year? Nope. You can do that every single day. Do a quick daily AAR. Go, hey man, did I make myself 1% better? If not, that's all right. Tomorrow, pick it up, go, let's do it. Let's make ourselves 1% better, man. Think about it. 365% better. Woo! I'll be crushing life next year, man. Crushing it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And I got room.
yeah, buddy.
I got room.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, buddy. Rick, happy New Year, pal. All you
Happy New Year
out
to you,
there,
buddy.
following the OTR universe, happy New Year. Hope you have a safe week, the rest of the week. I know it's kind of like a holiday week for most people, but
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in. And it's going to be a great year. Make sure you check out those training calendars, get on those email lists. So,
Yeah, buddy.
thanks a lot,
All right, pal.
buddy. Let's do
Yeah,
it
man.
soon,
Happy
Rick.
New Year, guys. You know it.
All right, guys.